Rolling speed.
Slow. Hold it. Hold. There we are, and I'm ready. Go ahead.
No wonder then, if the veterans look back on that 4-year Holocaust, which in a sense was begun by one madman, John Brown, and ended by another, John Wilkes Booth, with something of the feeling shared by men who have gone through and survived some cataclysmic phenomenon, a hurricane or an earthquake, say, or a horrendous railway accident. Memory smoothed the crumpled scroll, abolished fear, leached pain and grief, and removed the sting from death. Well, a former hospital steward testified, recalling the moribund patients in his ward. They would see that the doctor gave them up, and would ask me about it. I would tell them the truth. I told one man that, and he asked how long. I said not over 20 minutes. He did not show any fear. They never do. He put his hand up, so, and closed his eyes with his own fingers, then stretched himself out and crossed his arms over his breast. Now, fix me, he said. I pinned the toes of his stockings together. That was the way we laid corpses out, and he died in a few minutes. His face looked as pleasant as if he was asleep, and many's the time the boys have fixed themselves that way before they died. In time, even death itself might be abolished. Sergeant Barry Benson, a South Carolina veteran from McGowan's Brigade, Wilcox's Division, A.P. Hill's Corps, Army of Northern Virginia. He had enlisted 3 months before Sumter, aged 18, and served through Appomattox. Saw it so when he got around to composing the reminiscences he hoped would go down amongst my descendants for a long time. Reliving the war in words, he began to wish he could relive it in fact, and he came to believe that he and his fellow soldiers, gray and blue, might one day be able to do just that, if not here on earth, then afterwards in Valhalla. Who knows, he asked as his narrative drew toward its close, but it may be given to us after this life to meet again in the old quarters, to play chess and draughts, to get up soon to answer the morning roll call, to fall in at the tap of the drum for drill and dress parade, and again to hastily don our war gear while the monotonous patter of the long roll summons to battle. Who knows but again the old flags, ragged and torn, snapping in the wind, may face each other and flutter, pursuing and pursued, while the cries of victory fill a summer day. And after the battle, then the slain and wounded will arise, and all will meet together under the 2 flags, all sound and well, and there will be talking and laughter and cheers, and all will say, "Did it not seem real? Was it not as in the old days?"